Welcome back to CNN Student News. Thank you for starting off your week with us. International news takes center stage first up. Yesterday, followers of the world's largest religion celebrated Easter Sunday. It's the most significant day in the Christian calendar. Christians believe Easter is when Jesus Christ rose from the dead, having fulfilled the Bible's prophecies of the Messiah. From Vatican City, headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church, Christianity's largest denomination, Pope Francis called for people to work toward peace, to end world hunger, and to help others out of poverty. Next report today takes us to Yemen. Al-Qaeda terrorists recently had a large meeting in the Middle Eastern nation, and suspected drones attacked terrorists over the weekend. The U.S. is believed to have participated, though American officials won't confirm that. A Yemeni official says at least 12 Al-Qaeda members were killed on Sunday, 10 others on Saturday, though that attack also killed 3 civilians. We're also visiting Nepal, home of the world's tallest mountain. An avalanche rushed down Mount Everest on Friday. It killed 13 people, mostly Sherpas, preparing the way for the spring climbing season. 3 people are still missing.
Everest. The name is synonymous with challenge and, all too often, with death. Friday's avalanche is the single deadliest incident on Everest in history. Despite the danger, the icy peak that rises more than 29,000 feet into the heavens still tantalizes adventurers who come for any number of reasons. The guides, or Sherpas, are often the victims, paving the way, carrying supplies, and taking real risks for what are lucrative wages in Nepal.
Not only the money that I'm after right now, but from my inner heart, I always wanted to be on the top.
The Odyssey has been the subject of countless documentaries and feature films such as Into Thin Air, based on John Krakauer's bestseller about the 1996 tragedy that left 8 climbers dead.
I love you.
The dramatic scenes perhaps adding to the allure that has turned the dangerous mountain into a tourist destination. But as the altitude increases, reality sets in.
You can breathe for a while. You're sort of losing ground as you do without oxygen.
In 2012, American Joe Pratt struggled with the lack of oxygen at such a high elevation, though he survived.
Everyone that climbs Mount Everest and survives is lucky.
334 foreign climbers have been given permission to climb Mount Everest this year, along with an estimated 400 Sherpas to guide them home safely. One can only hope that they all come back. Jake Tapper, CNN, Washington.
The 2014 Boston Marathon is today. It's been a little more than a year since a terrorist attack occurred at the finish line of the 2013 event. It's not the only tragedy Americans are remembering this time of year. The deadly raid on a religious compound in Waco, Texas, the bombing of a federal building in Oklahoma City, the attack on Columbine High School in Colorado, the shooting at Virginia Tech. All of these events occurred in mid-April. It's a time when millions of Americans reflect on loss, survival, recovery, and life. That's what's behind a project to preserve part of Boston's history. An outpouring of public sympathy and support for the city is being cataloged so it can be remembered.
Marathon Day is a day when people from all over the world come together in our city to celebrate life. And I think this memorial reflected that feeling. It is our job to document Boston's history, but generally we're documenting things that happened like 100 years ago. This is a very different experience for the city archives. We are documenting history that we personally experienced. The marathon items start in this bay down here, and they come all the way through this bay. After the bombing, Boylston Street was, of course, a crime scene, and metal barriers were put up, and people began leaving things. Flowers, stuffed animals, cards. The City Hall contacted the city archives, and they recognized that this was a memorial and needed to be saved. The memorial finally came down on June 25th. We have taken steps to preserve things so that they are not rotting or deteriorating, which is a very important first step. We are still working on getting everything cataloged. This is a section of chain. May God bless us all with peace.
is so organic in how it grew. T-shirts, teddy bears, candles.
The memorial, when it existed, was an incredibly emotionally powerful place. The Boston Marathon and Patriots' Day is a really special day to Bostonians. It's a celebration of life. It's a celebration of our city.
And even though it's hard to look at the items, we really believe that when people were putting their personal items in Copley Square, they were trying to send a message of love to the city.
The bombings are part of Boston's history, and we need to preserve that history. But the outpouring of love and support that happened at this memorial is also part of our history, and we need to remember that.
It's time for the CNN Student News Roll Call. We're going up the eastern seaboard today, starting in the Palmetto State. The Wildcats are watching from Charleston, South Carolina. We found them at West Ashley High School. Galloping north to the Garden State because the Colts of Cumberland Regional High School in Seabrook, New Jersey are online and on the roll. And the Green Mountain State rounds out our roll with the Lakers of Colchester High School. They're making a splash in Colchester, Vermont. For Financial Literacy Month, we've been focused on monetary terms that many of you college-bound high school students will need to know. Today, the word is tuition. This is the cost of a college education. Not the total cost. It doesn't include room and board, but it's basically what you pay to attend classes and earn that degree. Tuition can vary tremendously from school to school. For a 4-year public college or university, average sticker price for tuition is about $9,000 a year. At private schools, you're looking at around $30,000. To help others understand what it's like to pay that tuition, an Oklahoma college student came up with an idea that clearly makes sense.
Watch your feet.
It was a heavy load, yet a weight lifted. 500 pounds of pennies. And 24-year-old Andrew Magby earned every single bit of it.
I collected aluminum cans and I turned them in for scrap metal, and I started a little sandwich shop. I mowed lawns. I painted houses.
Now he turned every dollar, every dime into 97,400 pennies. That's $974. His final tuition payment. A significant moment, he says, that was priceless.
And it's the idea that pennies add up, and being frugal counts, and working hard counts. Pick it up so I can scoot it underneath.
Magby said he did all of this too to set an example for students who come behind him.
Encourage them to think through the process of financing their education, how they're going to do it, and what they're going to pursue to make that happen.
Making sure that his last payment for college counted for something, right down to the last penny.
Time for the shout out. The top speed record of what currently stands at about 150 miles per hour. If you think you know it, shout it out. Is it a roller coaster, baseball pitch, cheetah, or blimp? You've got 3 seconds. Go! The fastest thing on this list is the roller coaster, one of which has been clocked at over 149 miles per hour. That's your answer, and that's your shout out.
Now that one's in the United Arab Emirates, but it seems that roller coaster designers are always trying to set a new bar. This one's not about speed, it's about going the distance. More than 4,100 feet, the longest distance for an inverted coaster. That's the kind where the seats hang below the track. Hold on tight, the ride time for Banshee is a screaming 2.5 minutes. Top speed 68 miles per hour. It cost Kings Island $24 million to build. There were surely twists and turns along the way, but they kept the project on track and built something that holds a record from coast to coaster. The first riders called it a scream. They say it's really fun, even if it throws you for a loop. So if you have nerves of steel, the Banshee will test your mettle. I'm Carl Azus, racing your way from CNN Student News.